Namaste students, I am Dr. Aziz Mohammad Khan from Department of Food and Biotechnology, Jyoti Vidyapith Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to discuss about the topic activation of B cell and T cell. So first I am going to tell you about the activation of T cells. There are two types of cells which are T cells and B cells. Okay, the mature T cells are of two types. The first one is CD4 cells and the second one is CD8 plus T cells. The CD4 T plus cells have the receptor CD4 and are known as the CD4 cell or T helper cell. The other cell which have a receptor CD8 receptor and are known as the cytotoxic T cells. So first activation of T helper cell. In the process of activation of T helper cells, first thing, an antigen presenting cell capture an antigen and engulf it. After engulfing, present the antigen to the surface by the help of major histocompatibility complex. Okay, here we can find that this is the antigen presenting cell. On the surface of antigen presenting cell, there is a specific receptor for major histocompatibility. There is a surface site of for the major histocompatibility. This is the site where major histocompatibility complex binds, and this is the antigen. And antigen is presented by this major histocompatibility complex, this peptide. So these antigen presenting cell, after engulfing and after presenting the antigen, they move to the lymph nodes. In the lymph nodes, there are lots of T cells. The antigen, along with the antigen presenting cell, migrate to the lymph nodes, and in the lymph nodes, there are lots of T cells. The specific T cells against the against this antigen move to the major histocompatibility complex and bind to this major histocompatibility complex plus antigen specific T cell. And after this binding, here we can see that this is the CD4 receptor. Here this CD4 receptor bind to the major histocompatibility complex, but the other receptor binds to the antigen. Here this the green one, it bind to antigen, and this activate the T cell. This binding will activate the T cell. After this binding, there is another receptor in the antigen presenting cell. The binding, it was the first binding where MSC molecule and the CD4 receptor bind to each other and T cell receptor bind to each other. The, the second signal is also provided by the B7 receptor and the CD28 receptor of the T cell. They bind to each other, and this binding will stimulate the T cell. They are the stimulator. CD28, CD2, CD45 are the stimulator which bind to the specific uh, receptor on the B cell, on the antigen presenting cell. So they are bound in this pattern here. The B7 of the antigen presenting cell and CD28 of the T cell. Similarly, the MSC molecule and CD4 of the T cell and antigen is also bound to the antigen presenting cell. After these signals, after first and second signal, interleukin 2 are secreted by the T cell. Okay, these interleukin 2 are secreted by the T cell. These interleukins then bind to the T cell itself. Okay, here the T cell secretes some interleukin, and these interleukin bind to receptor present on the T cell, that is known as the autocrine. They are secreted from the T cell and bind to the same T cell. And this signaling is known as the autocrine signaling. After this signaling, the T cell gets activated and it do two things. First, it proliferates. It divides specific T cell which is against this particular antigen will divide, proliferate. Okay. After proliferation, this T cell will differentiate, and it will differentiate into two kinds of cells. The first one is effector T cells, and the second one is CD4 memory cell. Means T helper cell will differentiate into another effector T helper cells and another T helper memory cells. Some of them can be differentiated into regulatory T cells. Okay, so this is the activation of T cells. Okay, now we are going to activation of cytotoxic T cell, CD8 receptor. CD8 receptor, uh, same way are activated. First, the antigen presenting cell is so first the antigen presenting cell capture the antigen and represent this antigen through the major histocompatibility complex to the T cell, and they in this time the major histocompatibility complex number 1 participate in this. For the CD4 cells, major histocompatibility complex 2 take the participation, but this time major histocompatibility complex number 1 takes the participation. So when they bind to each other, CD8 receptor bind to antigen presenting cell, the second signal is also secreted. After this signaling, T cell secretes some cytokines which bind to the T cell itself, and after this signaling, after this secretion, a T cell gets activated and it will proliferate. First, it will proliferate, it will divide, and then it will differentiate into two types of cells. The first one is CD8 effector T cell and the other CD8 memory T cells. So two types of cells are produced after activation of T cells. Effector T cells takes the participation in the helping of various kinds of cells, and also takes the participation in the secretion of some cytokines. And the memory T cells have the major role in the taking the memory of the particular antigen which occurs in the first time, but when it occur it will reported in the immune system second time. The if a memory T cell will immediately take the action and kill the antigen. So cytotoxic T cells have important role in the killing of the antigen directly without helping to any cytokines. So they will kill the antigen. Now we are going to the activation of B cells. The B cells are originate from the bone marrow, and the B cell have some specific receptor. This is the naive B cells, inactivated B cells. Okay, B cells uh, when an antigen arrives in the B cell. Okay, the B cell, specific B cells will capture the antigen and will divide into two kinds of cells. The first, plasma cells. Okay, after dividing they will differentiate into two types of cell. The first, plasma cell, and the second one is memory B cells, and these plasma cells will produce some antibodies. So how the B cell activation takes place? B cell activation takes place in two ways. The first is T cell independent activation, and the second one is T cell dependent activation. So first we are going to T cell independent. First, the B cell, there are lots of receptor on the B cells. Okay, these B cells bind to the surface of the antigen. This is known as the B cell clustering. Okay, these are the receptor. Particular, these are the particular receptor, and here the B cell binding to particular antigen. Okay, here they are binding to particular kind of antigen. This is known as the clustering of the B cell. After this, B cell, after this, some toll-like receptor bind to the antigen surface and makes the complex more strong. Okay, first signal is conducted by the B cell receptors, which are here, and the signal is conducted by some toll-like receptor. So these are the toll-like receptor which bind to the surface of the antigen. Okay, this is the antigen. This is the complete antigen. Okay, this is the complete antigen, and these are the epitopes. These are the epitopes. So this toll-like receptor bind to the complete antigen and make the bonding match very strong. After binding, these B cell gets activated. It will divide and differentiate into plasma cell. Some of these cells will differentiate into plasma cells and produce antibodies, which are IgM. What is the difference between the T cell independent and T cell dependent? That the major difference is that there are no memory cells are produced. Memory cells are not produced in the T cell independent process. So it is a simple process. And this is the complete process in which the first signal is conducted by the B cell receptor. Okay, these are the B cell receptor, and the second signal is conducted by this toll-like receptor. Okay, and after this binding, B cell gets activated and divide. After division, they will differentiate into plasma cell, and these plasma cell will produce some specific antigen against these epitopes. Okay, against these epitopes. So this is the complete process of T cell independent process.